Man, I don't even know how to say this.
Yeah.
There are so many Kenyans who are into drinking problem in America.
Yeah.
And not just drinking problem.
Yeah.
Drinking and getting behind the wheel.
Yes.
And not just getting behind the wheel. Getting behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler.
Yeah. Wow.
With a commercial driver license.
Wow.
The recklessness in that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You have to look at things and you are like, what information don't they have? The drinking problem amongst the Kenyan community, is it related to the difficulties of navigating the relationship between men and women?
Yes. Yeah.
That the man comes here and he finds himself powerless.
Yeah.
And the only way out of that helplessness is to immerse himself into drinking.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what makes our women to be drunkards?
The freedom.
The freedom.
Yeah, it's revolt. It's revolt.
The freedom that America gives you, that's one you choose.
No, they are revolting the conservative Christian society, the judgmental society back home.
Yeah.
They're like, here nobody can judge me and I can do anything I want and nobody cares.
Yeah.
I can be the man. And you know the temptation here for the woman to activate her masculinity, because she learns very quickly that the system is on her side.
Yeah.
And then she used that opportunity to destroy not just herself, but her man.
Yeah.
America is what you make of it.
Yeah.
When you're given freedom, what do you do with that freedom?
Yeah.
Do you become free or do you become a slave of the freedom?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You're a slave to the freedom.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that now the conundrum? The things Kenyans do to each other, whether it's Kenyan to Kenyan or husband and wife, are they not just being slaves to the freedom?
We probably haven't seen the worst of it because, it's just gonna go to the next generation, right? So
I mean, it's already catching with the next generation.
Yeah.
The family with the kid in the federal prison.
Yeah.
That now they have to move around because he killed people driving drunk.
Yeah.
That's already the next generation.
Yeah. And you know the sad part about though, nobody gets caught the first time.
Exactly. The only thing that is worse than a drunkard is when the drunkard is sober.
Yeah.
And there is somebody else who comes and their pathway is education, and they take advantage of these hundreds of years of old education system and they flourish in it. Others come and tap themselves in employment and they flourish in that.
Yeah.
Others come and start businesses and they flourish in that. 18-wheelers, they flourish in that. America is what you make of it.
Don't we have a drinking crisis in Kenya also?
Kenya is the 51st state of United States of America.
Yeah.
Kenya is trying to ape the culture of America in every way.
And that's what's destroying us.
I mean, let's just look at it slowly, right? Mr. West Texas.
Yes, George.
What's up, man?
Oh, man. Not much, brother.
You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
How is the blue collar country treating you out there in West Texas?
Oh, man, blue collar, I was made for this. So,
Yeah.
Yes, I was made for this. Been here a few years, and it's been good to me.
How many years have you been there?
I came in 2019.
In West Texas?
Yeah.
And you stayed?
Yeah.
So it's working for you.
Yeah.
Are you in oil and gas?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes,
It's
sir.
the only thing to do out there west.
Yeah, that's all to do here, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is it's an oil country, so
Yeah.
yeah. So that's that's the reason I'm here, man.
I've driven through West Texas 3 times.
Uh-huh.
First time was to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Second time was to Park City, Utah.
Okay. Yeah.
And the third time was to Beaver Creek, Colorado.
Okay. So you took I-20, I-10.
No. I'm in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
So I
When you go to those areas, did you take I-10? Sonora all the way? Yeah.
No.
Or which one did you take? Yeah.
No, that's people from Houston. Me, I'm in this a little bit more to the center. So I take 183. It's a interstate high. It's an interstate. It's not an interstate. It's a Texas Highway 183.
Through Amarillo or something?
Yes.
Yes, I've
Yes.
that too. Yes.
Yes. And sometimes it goes to small roads. Then it becomes a Texas highway. There is no state. There is no state highway out there.
Yes, I think from Austin you go through Abilene and keep going straight all the way to.
Yes, I meant there is no interstate. I think.
Yes.
I don't know if you touch an interstate. I'm not sure.
No, you don't.
Yeah, there are only state highways.
You touch it a little section there just before you hit New Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah. But on the Texas side you don't.
It takes 7 hours to leave Texas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
7 hours.
You know how long it will take you more than a day if you come from Corpus Christi to El Paso.
Bro.
You cannot do that in a day.
What a freaking country is this, man?
Oh yeah. That's how much opportunity there is. Right?
From Corpus Christi to Austin, it's 3 solid hours.
Yeah.
In the same state.
And then from Austin to here in Midland, about 6. And then from here to El Paso is another 5.
At an average of 85, 90 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
60, 65 miles an hour.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, that's how great this country is, man. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And it was such a great experience for me. The first time, I was with my nephew and we drove a big Sprinter van.
Mm-hmm.
It was such an experience.
Yes. Yeah. No. It's a few years ago, before I moved to the US.
Yeah.
Me and my boys, we took a trip because I used to live in Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we went from Canada, we went to Washington State. We crossed Washington State. We went south, and then we started driving east along the Columbia River. Idaho, Utah.
Whoa.
Colorado.
Yeah.
One of the best trips I ever taken, man. All the way to Oklahoma, through Kansas, all the way to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And then we came south to Dallas.
Holy
That
moly.
trip was good, yeah. Huh?
Idaho is another place, man. It looks like a poster from the future.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It reminds me so much of Canada, especially when you get close to the Utah, Colorado, when you close to the mountain, to the Rockies.
The Rockies. Is that the one they call the Rockies?
Yeah, they're called Rockies, yes.
Yeah.
And they come all the way from Canada, going south, all the way past Mexico, all the way to South America, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But they're a beautiful country.
Last Father's weekend, last year,
Uh-huh.
we went up there with my son and we started off in Montana.
Yes.
And then went to Wyoming and then went to Idaho.
Okay.
In 5 days, we had driven 2,000 kilometers.
That's same thing. Last year, my son was here.
Yeah.
Actually, I was there in Austin. I bought a Camaro there by, man, I think it's called, no, it wasn't there. No, man. It's close to Austin. So came over, brought it here, we put it together, changed the engine.
Yeah.
Then we drove to Canada. It took us 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
First day we drove from here to to Wyoming.
Yeah.
And the first stop was in Casper, Wyoming.
Yes.
And then from Casper, the next day was in Great Falls, Montana. But, we decided it's something we needed, so we just decided to. But we would have made it to Canada the second day.
Yeah.
But, man, that drive is good.
And it's so beautiful.
All the Colorado, the Wyoming, yeah.
Yes.
So good, man. Yeah.
The mountains, the valleys, the waters, shallow rivers. Man, the wildlife, the snow-capped mountains. Yeah, it is the bodies of water, the animals, the real wild animals.
Yeah.
It's such an experience.
Yeah, like I say, man, that drive with, and a young man, 20-year-old, driving a Camaro along that way.
Yes.
Was like heaven.
What color was it? I'm thinking it was yellow.
No, it's a black one.
It's a black Camaro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't remember that place. It was close to Austin, I got it.
It's a little town close to Austin?
Yes.
So there is Georgetown, there is Leander, there is Cedar Park, there is Wells Branch, there is Round Rock.
Is there a place called, is it Dutch? No, Dutch.
Builder?
I'll tell you when I remember it.
Okay.
But it was close to Austin. I know we came all the way, and then we had to drive back a little bit over Austin. Yeah, man, and it was good.
Perfect.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Man, I'm glad West Texas is working for you. It's not for everybody.
What?
West Texas is working for you, and I'm saying it's not for everybody. It's hard work.
No, it's not for everybody.
It is hard work.
The thing though is, when I got here, there's no doubt it was
Yeah.
very rough. It was very rough to get going. Especially when you're coming from a very, very different, place, Canada. The way we do things in Canada and the way things are done here.
Yeah.
It's a little different, right?
Why? What province were you in Canada?
Alberta.
Ah, so it's also an oil and gas country too.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah. That's all I've done.
Yeah.
All I've done is oil. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that transition, I learned very quick that I'm not in Canada anymore. There's just a way Americans handle business, which is a little bit different.
Yeah.
From how we handle business. So the quicker you adapt to it, the better it gets.
Correct.
Yeah. So obviously, like I say, just like any transition, it had its own challenges, but we are meant to overcome challenges.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So I sent you a picture. You can see a man was shining it every day.
And the goodness of America, especially West Texas, is even though it's oil and gas just like Alberta, the weather is not as harsh. The weather is not making all the efforts to kill you. It's warmer and you can navigate warm. Yeah, there's nothing much you can do with hot weather. I mean, with cold freezing weather in Alberta.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Alberta can get cold.
And the dollar is a little stronger than the Canadian.
Yes, it can.
There's also that.
It can get very cold.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. Yeah. So.
Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You have family?
Thanks for taking my call, man.
Of course. I was asking if you have family.
Yeah, I do. Actually, I just sent you a picture of my boy there with his Camaro shining it.
Your son?
Yeah.
How old is he?
I sent you a picture there. See it?
No, I can look. How old is your son?
Yeah, he just turned 21.
No freaking way.
I know, man. Yeah,
man. Man, let me see. Oh, you sent in a regular text. I see it. That's what. Oh, shoot. He is an exhibit of a Kenyan teenager. He looks young. He looks younger than 21. Nice.
Yeah, so the moments that you talk about, the father and son, that bond. I have two of them.
Yeah.
That 21, I have an 18-year-old, and I have an 11-year-old daughter. But the father, the role of the father is underrated, man.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can, and it's very predictable. It's very so predictable when
Yeah.
you know there. Yeah. Very predictable, yeah.
But it's a very good challenge, especially now your son. He looks like a teenager, but he's mature enough now to relate with you on a very personal level.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think I have another one here. In Montana. You probably went by this place. I'm pretty sure.
This place with the Camaro, is that in a car meet or what is happening there in the dirt?
Oh, he was making donuts.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it looks exactly like a car meet.
Yeah. He was making donuts.
Yeah.
What do young men do, man?
That's what they do. I got.
What they're supposed to do, yeah.
I see you here. Welcome to Montana. This is open country.
Does that look familiar?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
This is you?
Yeah, that's me and him, yeah.
Man, you look like his older brother.
Well, I met him when I was young, I'm 44 years old, man. Yeah.
44 with a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
Man, they taught you sex early.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I was very young.
Yeah.
I mean, I was mature now.
Yeah.
That really has been one of the reasons of who I am right now.
Yes.
Having a family at a very young age, it can break you or build you.
Yes.
And like we say, men, we don't have in between. You're either building or destroying.
That's it.
There's no gray line.
There is it. That's it.
Yeah. So.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, to me, it built me. I can say that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And also the dynamics of having boys in America.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up.
Yes.
Because you want them to be cemented in your culture, in the history of where you came from.
Yes.
And especially for a black kid, not to be entangled with the blackness of America.
Yes.
And the effort there to disconnect from the quintessential American kid, it's so much work on the part of the dad, and a lot of people fail.
Oh yeah, there's some things you just don't take. Same thing, their mother is from Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
Which, there's some similarities, but there's some things that I still have to remind them, hey, this is not how we do it. We're Africans.
Yeah.
So getting them to have that register in their mind is very crucial for me.
Yeah.
So, and I can say, for the most part, it turned out to the way it should.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. For the most part, it has turned out the way it should, right?
At 21, doing donuts with a Camaro, he is a very well-adjusted American kid. That's for sure. That's for sure. It's a very well-adjusted American kid.
Yeah. I mean, you know better than I do that. You boys are very, it's what you teach them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool, really. And they don't have to come with the money. You just work with them.
Yeah.
Set the rules, and there's some things that are non-negotiable.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
So before I could have a sit down with you, you were telling me about the product, the Ask IQ product.
Yeah, I do. And hey, look, it's one of those things that I appreciate. Have I, can I say that I have, have I listened? I don't even know how I bumped into it, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those, I'm like, we need more of this, because it's very easy to point out at these guys what they are not doing without asking ourselves, are we even laying a good foundation where they know when they're right or wrong? It's very easy to come and, to some degree, blame or put that weight on them that you messed up.
Yeah.
Without giving, and yet we didn't do a good job of doing what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, asante sana, it might, so, and and just keep on doing what you're doing, man.
There is a lot of stories out there, man.
Yeah.
It's my mind is getting blown every time I sit down with somebody and they give a
Yeah.
whole new perspective on things,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at things differently, and I'm listening to their challenges, and I'm like, this one also exists. It's like like a new experience unlocked.
Yes.
And for you, and you've been in North America for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you chanced on that video. I was talking to a guy in Dallas who got himself into a DWI.
That's the one. Thank you. That is the one I started. And man.
Yeah.
And the sad part about that, sorry to cut you off, but he's still trying to justify, and you clearly ask him, how difficult is it not? And he's trying to pretty much like justify why he can't stay from the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the one. That's the one really got me. I'm like, man, wow.
Bro, you won't believe. Man, I don't even know how to say this.
Yeah.
There are so many Kenyans who are into drinking problem in America.
Yeah.
And not just drinking problem.
Yeah.
Drinking and getting behind the wheel.
Yes.
And not just getting behind the wheel. Getting behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler.
Yeah. Wow.
With a commercial driver license.
Wow.
The recklessness in that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You have to look at things and you are like, what information don't they have?
Yeah.
You went through the commercial driver license training.
Yeah.
How can you not know the effect of you sitting behind the wheel when you're drunk with a CDL in your pocket? How can you not know?
Your livelihood.
I mean, a CDL is like a degree. It's like a doctorate degree.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Here in West Texas, CDL license is more valuable than degrees.
A CDL is like a doctorate. It's like a medical doctor certificate.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's what makes you.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can you not know?
Yeah.
How to protect that?
Yep. Yeah.
And you had that young man. I'm asking him, okay, you are your own enemy number one. Who is your enemy number two? He said, alcohol, of course. And then, but you're still going to bed with the same enemy. Oh no, I don't understand. What do you mean? I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. It's I met another guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many Kenyans here. And part of it is by choice, But the few that I met this guy who introduced me to two other Kenyan drivers. And I was talking to this guy, Kimani, talking about family Kanembe na watoto wawili. And come to find out, the daughter is in North Carolina, him and his wife, they live in Dallas. And they moved from North Carolina, they moved to Texas. And the reason that they moved to Texas is because their son is actually they live close to Houston, somewhere close to Houston. Because their son is in prison somewhere close to Houston. And it was DUI, and he killed a few people. College kids. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's, how that works, for them to move, whether they're able to visit him more often, whatever it is. But, yeah, that's, he told me he's got, I don't know how many more years left. That's sad story, man. Yeah. Yeah, I think he killed two college kids, and he was drunk. I don't remember where it was. I think it was in Carolina, South. I do not remember exactly where it was, but yeah, sad.
Oh my God!
Yep.
This is a kid they brought to America from Kenya.
Yes, they did. Alcoholism, and he has a place by Keno. Amesha Jenga, everything. As soon as his son, from what he was explaining, he has to do a certain amount of years. I don't know if it's half or 3/4 or whatever it is. As soon as he's eligible and he's out, he's done with America. He can fit, he's done. Yeah.
And now, not only has he destroyed his own life, he has disrupted these parents' lives.
Yeah. Yes.
Now they are moving around the prison. Imagine that now. That is the American dream.
Yep.
Moving around the prison.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, man. I heard that. I was like, wow. Yes. But drinking in our community is a crisis.
And when you say community, you mean Kenyan community.
Yes, it's a crisis. I meet Nigerians. They're like, "You Kenyan, you don't even drink." Well, why do I need to, man? Yeah, but Nigeria, you hear them say, "Your women drink more than our men."
Bro.
Yeah, which is true. Our Kenyan women drink a lot.
Man.
Yeah. We have a drinking crisis, which I don't know if we ignore it or we don't pay enough attention, but we have a crisis. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And it's like, see, people come from because Kenya is a very conservative country, and it's a very Christian judgmental society.
Exactly.
And people escape that and they come here with this immense freedom where you can be anything, you can become anything, you can do anything, and there is nobody judging you. And their immediate choice is alcohol. Of all the choices presented by the greatness of America, that's one thing sijawahi elewa.
Yeah.
Of all the greatness presented to you by America, the only way you choose to utilize the freedom coming from a conservative, judgmental Christian country in Kenya is to let loose.
Yep.
Allah.
Yeah. I mean, and like I say, and the problem is not even about the drinking itself. It's the way it has been normalized.
Yes.
Because being an alcoholic is not necessarily how much you drink, it's how long you can't go without drinking. We always think of being alcoholic where he drinks too much. No, it's how long you can survive without it. You're an alcoholic, you're just a functional alcoholic, which we've normalized it. Right.
I saw something today on X. I'm just gonna paraphrase it. I can't quote it properly. And it says the worst thing about an alcoholic is the worst thing. It says something about the only thing worse than a drunkard. Yes, that's what it says. The only thing that is worse than a drunkard is when the drunkard is sober.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you alluded.
Yeah.
It's how long they can go without drinking.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is, man.
And then they come here and they congregate in these puny mongikis of you come from Kenya, so you all belong and you come together, and there is no ideas coming out of that. It's just the lowest denominator, and you influence each other in the vices, because now you have the freedom to smoke, you have, weed, you have the freedom to do whatever you want, and there is no conservative Christian judgmental that you are used to back home. And that's what you immerse yourself into.
And we normalize it. We make it seem like normal. However, it doesn't matter how much you normalize it. The consequences are there, whether you like them or not. Right? Yeah. Yeah. No, it's and I we probably haven't seen the worst of it, because it's just gonna go to the next generation, right? So
I mean, it's already catching with the next generation.
Yeah.
The family with the kid in the federal prison.
Yeah.
That now they have to move around because he killed people driving drunk.
Yeah.
That's already the next generation.
Yeah. And the sad part about though, nobody gets caught the first time.
Exactly.
You usually take 1, 2, you normalize it.
Exactly.
Get away with it. Nobody gets caught the first time.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
I have, and probably this is not my story to tell. I have a buddy of mine, and he's calling me panicked, and he's telling me, "Man, my insurance is gonna go up." I mean, that is his immediate worry. I say, "What happened?" I came to this club and I had taken a couple beers. They always take a couple beers. It's never more than a couple beers.
No. Yeah.
I had taken a couple beers and I sat in my car and I passed out. And the next thing I know, the police are knocking on the door. Yeah. I'm sitting in the car. The car is running outside the club.
That's a DUI right there.
And he refused to do a sobriety test. Uh-huh. So they had to take him to the hospital to get a blood draw.
Yeah.
So now that amplified the charges. Mm-hmm. And the disconnect is his greatest worry was the insurance is going to go up.
Yeah. Yep.
And now we go back to where I started. It's as if they have not come to terms with the ramifications of the actions of drinking and being behind the wheel.
Well, yes.
Because in this moment, the effect of DWI is not bothering him, because it's almost as if he doesn't even have that information.
Yeah.
That thing wrecks your life.
We really need to check ourselves, our community.
Yeah.
When I moved to Canada back in the day, there was not many of us in that part of Canada. In that part, there was not in Toronto, Montreal, and in fact, we pretty much knew each other, all of us. However, down the road, 20, 25 years after, there's a lot of us there. Man. And then it's a country, Canada, which is not like America. You get a wrist on your shoulder. The laws are not like American laws. So that basically doesn't help, especially an African mindset where we think we can play with the system, which you cannot.
Yeah.
This is a 200-year-old, system that you will talk as you have you can't play with it.
250 something to be precise.
Yeah, years old.
Yeah.
That you just can't come out of whatever the hell you're coming from. Think you can come and play with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Canadian system, more or less like American, but the justice system is very limited.
Yeah.
So man, yana kwambia wa Afrika kwanza wa Kenya, they just drink and drive like nothing. Yeah. But the concept, and then the problem though, even if you don't go to jail, you might get a good lawyer and you don't. That decision that night will, anywhere you try to do in this America, will always remind you that.
Yeah.
When you try to climb the ladder, kama utakaja matu mediocre, respect kufanya tu kazi mediocre, you'll be okay. But if you try to climb the ladder, this society always reminds you what you did. That's why they tell Obama or Bush did something in his teenage. Because it reminds you.
I think there's a term for it. Something about a crime of moral turpitude.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a stain on a white dress.
Yeah.
You can't hide it.
You can't.
It keeps showing up, and it's frowned upon to be driving under the influence. It's a moral factor.
Yes. No, and look, you're gonna sit into one board meeting. You're gonna be picked up for whatever it is.
Yeah.
And 20 years back, you have to explain yourself. So,
yeah. Everything checks out, clean background check, no criminal record. But here, the moral character, you make a poor decision to drink and drive.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So I just hope what you're doing, and that can open eyes to more guys, to more of us, and even us. But let's say to mezeka to an experience, there's a lot we can learn.
Yeah.
There's a lot I'm learning from you, man.
Yeah.
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 Yes. So
I am learning more. I'm learning more from you guys than I even pretended to know.
Yeah, nah. Sasa West Texas unakuja siku gani juu umealikwa?
Huh?
West Texas unafaa utembee.
So what state are you in?
I'm in Midland.
Midland, the flatland.
Yes.
The flatland. Man, when is the best time to come there? Springtime, when it's cooler?
Yeah, well, this is the right time because this place can get hot.
But we are already hitting 97 in Austin.
Yeah, no, it was 102 the other day.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, even if we'll need to, man, I need to pick your brains, man.
Yeah.
I'd like to, just let me know what works and work with my schedule, and there's a lot of things we can learn from each other.
We can plan something when it gets cooler, like October, November-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm very flexible. It would be much easier for me to come up there than you coming down here.
Yeah.
Okay. And I love traveling. I love traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you go to Dallas?
This year I've been to Dallas maybe 5 times.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've been to Houston probably 6 times.
Okay. So you predominantly, I was in Austin. I was in a place called Giddings.
Giddings? Oh my goodness, that's country.
Yeah, I was in Giddings. I have 2 business friends of mine. We
Yeah.
know each other from business.
Yeah.
They're from Giddings. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was there less than 2 months ago, actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I might be going back there.
That's the real Texas country.
Yes, that is very, very, very good. Yeah, real Texas right there.
Yeah.
Marty, he's got a very, very successful business there.
Yeah.
We know each other through all business. And funny thing, I actually mentioned it today.
Yeah.
Because there's another company that there's a pump. This particular pump I'm looking for.
Okay.
And someone told me, they make them out of Giddings.
Okay.
And I'm like, I know Giddings. Well, the guy didn't expect me to know where Giddings is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't get it, man. Come on, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Giddings, Texas, population 300. It's a very small place.
Very small.
Yeah,
conservative,
but they have big chunks of land and everything. Everything. The economy of there is around agriculture and
Yes,
farm machinery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is. And then I have another friend of mine, anaishi mahali kunaitwa Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg in the Texas Hill country.
Yes.
That's the wine country.
Yes, and I mean, kuna a lot of Germans there.
Yes, it's a German town.
Yes,
That's why the Germans settled when they came to Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, he's very well to do. Every time in the Midland we meet, and he's been inviting me there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't met her. You know.
If you ever have time to go up there, I can take you around there. It's a very good place to go visit the wineries, and President LBJ Johnson.
Yes. Yeah.
He has his Texas ranch. They used to call it, when he was president, they used to call it the Texas White House.
Oh, okay.
And it's somewhere you can go visit. It's in Johnson City. The city is named after his family.
Okay. Actually, that friend of mine, he does have a ranch, but the last time we were talking, he had a very successful business here in Midland. And, most guys here, Midland is not a place to retire, So when they make money, they like to live places like those.
Yeah.
But anyways, so he was telling me when he bought land, compared to when he bought land to now, land has gone up quite a bit.
Yes.
It has gone very, very high.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, there's a lot of people coming from California to.
Correct.
Yes.
And they're buying huge chunks of land, big ranches.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's got a ranch there, and he's got a few horses. I understand he's got a few horses and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Holland, Texas. That's the name I was looking for.
Which one?
Holland.
What is it?
Holland, like Holland, the country, Netherlands.
Yeah.
So the place we went is called Holland, close to Salado.
Ooh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, way south of Interstate 35.
Yeah, that's where we bought that Camaro. Holland. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holland, Texas.
Yeah, Holland, Texas.
Very small town, yeah.
Very small, tiny immigrant cities.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's very green in that area because Midland is very dry, right?
Midland is dry and flat.
Yeah.
Are you in those areas where they have when they drill the oil, they have to set the gas on fire?
Yeah. So I'm in production, so it has to be done. It's called a flare stack.
Yes.
When you drive it, you see it is burning.
Bro, when you drive at night.
Yeah.
And there's like fires for miles. Fire. And it's just like chimneys up in the sky.
Yeah, it's a flare stack.
It's such a sight.
Yeah. So it's just flaring it because the reason we do that is before we send it to the pipeline, the gas that you're burning is not worth nothing.
Yeah.
So you don't want to pay for it. You want to send more pure crude to Christie or whatever the refinery or Beaumont.
Yep.
So you're burning that so that you can have more pure what you need to sell.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what you're burning is not worth nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the only way to get rid of it.
Yeah. It's a whole new world and discovery when you get to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And it's usually mostly methane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at night especially, and if you don't understand, you might think there's fire going on, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's called flare.
And
You send it, yeah.
are you close to Sweet Waters?
So Sweetwater is, yes, that's about 2 hours east on your way to Dallas.
Yes.
Yeah, before you get to Abilene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about just under 2 hours, because Abilene is 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
So how long have you been in Austin?
23 years.
Wow, okay.
I'm a cowboy.
Oh, nice. Now, so that's the only place you live in America?
Yes, I have only lived in Fort Worth in 2002, and that was it. I started here in Austin in September of 2001. December of 2001, I moved to Fort Worth near Dallas. Stayed there for a year, then came back. I've never left.
Okay. Never left, yeah.
I've been to almost all the states, except very few ones. But I've never lived anywhere else except Austin, Texas.
That must be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Working for you. What do you could be a shawarma?
Yeah. Kupiga watu ngeta, kutoanisha wazungu, things like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I mean, America, like you say, has a lot of opportunities, but America is what you make it.
Exactly.
And
that's what we were talking earlier. We say these people come from Kenya.
Yeah.
And they escape the judgmental, conservative Christian country society. And the only thing they make out of America is the freedom to drink.
Yeah.
And they immerse themselves into that one, and they go down that spiral, and it destroys their life right in front of their face, and they can't help it. And there is somebody else who comes, and their pathway is education, and they take advantage of these hundreds of years of old education system, and they flourish in it. Others come and tap themselves in employment, and they flourish in that. Others come and start businesses, and they flourish in that. 18-wheelers, they flourish in that. America is what you make of it.
It is what you make it.
Yeah.
It's just like, you wake up thinking it's the worst place, just like what I've seen the last few years being here in the black community. They make it sound like America is the worst place to exist, and there's a reflection of that in their lives, because it is what you make it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a mindset.
Yeah.
A mindset, right?
And there's another factor. Probably you can deal onto that one a little bit.
Yeah.
The drinking problem amongst the Kenyan community, is it related to the difficulties of navigating the relationship between men and women?
Yes. Yeah.
That the man comes here and he finds himself powerless.
Yeah.
And the only way out of that helplessness is to immerse himself into drinking.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what makes our women to be drunkards?
The freedom.
The freedom.
Yeah, it's revolt. It's revolt.
The freedom that America gives you, that's one you choose.
No, they are revolting the conservative Christian society, the judgmental society back home.
Yeah.
They're like, here nobody can judge me, and I can do anything I want, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
I can be the man. And the temptation here for the woman to activate her masculinity, because she learns very quickly that the system is on her side.
Yeah.
And then she used that opportunity to destroy not just herself, but her man.
Yeah.
America is what you make of it.
Yeah.
When you're given freedom, what do you do with that freedom?
Yeah.
Do you become free, or do you become a slave of the freedom?
Yeah. Wow. You're a slave to the freedom.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that now the conundrum? The things Kenyans do to each other,
Yeah.
whether it's Kenyan to Kenyan, or husband and wife. Are they not just being slaves to the freedom?
Yeah, they are slaves to the freedom. You know, I never looked at it that. Yeah. Wow. Huh? Yeah, I mean, because, but okay, but I have a different way of looking at it, because don't we have a drinking crisis in Kenya also?
Kenya is the 51st state of United States of America.
Yeah.
Kenya is trying to ape the culture of America in every way.
And that's what's destroying us.
I mean, let's just look at it slowly, right?
Uh-huh.
If you opened a video of a radio station, of a TV station, and there is a woman reading the news,
yeah,
you can tell that woman is in South Africa.
Yeah.
They have the accent, identifies her as a South African.
Yeah.
If you open a TV station, and there is a woman reading the news, you can tell that's a Ugandan radio station, TV station. If you open a TV station and it's a Nigerian, you can tell that's a Nigerian TV station.
Yeah.
Because South Africa and Uganda and Nigeria, they have kept their culture, they have kept their tradition, they have kept their language.
Yes.
Open a TV station in Kenya. What do you hear?
Yeah.
An American accent.
But I agree with you, because like you said, you know, it's a very judgmental, conservative society. But beyond that, it's a shame-based society. And shame-based society in a way that, we would laugh when people are talking and they don't pronounce English words correctly. So every person is trying so hard not to sound kama Kikuyu, you know? So that's why you find that, you know, when you're there on TV, you have to sound as white as possible, because we started shaming people who speak even their own language from a very young age, which is very sad.
So now, earlier on, we were talking about the Kenyans that come to America, they become slaves to the freedom.
Yeah.
Now, the people in Kenya are trying to sound American.
Yeah.
Who are they? What is their slavery?
Yeah. Wow.
You see?
Wow. Yeah.
What is their slavery? That now people even have the language to shame people. There's this shrubbing. Oh, that guy is shrubbing English.
Yeah, that's the one
Shaming somebody for their quintessential cultural accent.
Yes.
But
exactly what,
but when you listen to Putin, when you listen to Macron, when you listen to Ramaphosa, you don't question their cultural accent.
No, they don't. Yes.
That one you understand. Just here, this one here, our country, we should run away from our culture.
Yes. Yeah, that's the word I should have used.
So,
you know, yes. We don't even care what they're saying. As long as they don't
what
say
kind
correctly.
of slaves have we become?
Wow.
The Indian in Kenya still speaks with the same accent they were speaking before they came to Kenya 125 years ago.
Yeah.
No question there.
Yeah.
It's this, the blackness, the hard hair black man that is shaming each other to desert their culture, to desert their tradition, to desert their way of life, and adapt a culture of a place they have never been to. And so when they see me, who have been here the longer than they have been alive, not adapting this culture, now they think it's an opportunity for them to shame me.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you shrubbing? You believe in America, what? Or you villager? Shame who?
Oh.
Shame who? Me, I have an identity.
Yeah.
Me, I'm not a slave as you are. I don't share the same disconnect you have. I have an identity. I have an identity as strong as Putin has an identity. I have an identity as Chinese premier has an identity. I have an identity as Macron has an identity. When I speak English, I speak with the accent the same way Macron speaks the accent of his country, of his culture, of his background. I am not going to buy into your slavery.
No.
No. You do that. Good luck.
Slave to the freedom. Wow. Wow.
I know myself. I'm proud of who I am.
Of course. It's a dangerous thing. It's very dangerous. A man who's not proud of who they are.
Yeah.
Is a very dangerous man.
And that also is the problem with the Kenyans in America. They come here and they identify with the blacks. And they take the burden and the struggle and the fight of the black men. You know, if you would only listen to these people, you would understand where they are coming from. But that's not my place to understand where they are coming from.
Yeah.
I am not coming from there where they are coming from. They are not coming from where I'm coming from. Why do I need to identify with people simply because of the skin color?
Yeah. That's forcing something that's not there. We're just forcing it.
It's slavery of the mind.
Yeah.
And I know better. I don't know a lot, but that much I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Man, man. I have I just wanted to connect with you, man, and we'll keep on talking, man.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you touched the base, and I'm so proud of you the way you have brought up your son. I can tell that the picture speaks 1,000 words. You don't have to say anything, man. I can tell.
Hey, man,
I can tell. You've had a very good ride raising that boy. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's my seed right there, so I have to make sure it's taken care of.
Yeah.
Man.
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll keep in touch. Save Moses Shagir. So
thank you so much, man.
The number there, and we'll keep in touch. And if I happen to be in your neck of the woods, I'll hit up.
Let me know if you ever make it to plan to go to Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
Come to Austin and I'll drive you up there, and I'll take you to all those premium wineries and the President Johnson's ranch and the Texas White House. They even have the airplane that he was using out there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like a version of the Air Force One. Yeah, it's a whole new operation happening. And then right here in downtown Austin at the University of Texas, they have his library, one of the best libraries presidential libraries in the country.
Okay, I didn't know. Yeah. I know LBJ was Texan, but I didn't know he was not connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a very interesting man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell you what. Let me see how how my schedule is looking like, and I'll give you enough notice.
Yeah.
If I open up and something comes up, if it's a flight, you're only 45.
All right. Yeah.
If he's driving, it's only 5-6 hours. It's not like you're far away. So we'll make something happen.
Perfect.
Pick each other's brains and learn from each other.
Yeah, and eat some barbecue also.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Yes, man. But once again, man, keep up what you're doing, and we really appreciate it, man. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, son, eh?
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, keep winning.
Yes, sir. You too, man.
Thank you.